What's up, you freaking nerds? Opex here. A little tired today, so I'm not probably going to cast. I got another 3 games I'm going to cast tomorrow. You know, I'm just super tired. Well, it's like normal tired, but I'm wearing a cape. Anyways, I'm coming in this game, random, on Cherryville, 4 vs 4 RT, if you're not familiar. The description below should say mass fucking fairies. I've been doing a lot of mass fairy strategies. It's pretty much the same freaking thing. I'll, you know, get a single hero, mass fairies. And to be completely honest, I have been yet to have this lose. I did this one fairy attempt right here. I wasn't even thinking about it really. I was just doing normal crap. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go mass fairies, probably about halfway through it. I don't know. But generally speaking, my mass fairy strategies I started doing every single time I was Night Elf the last 4 times, and I've been pretty beneficial. I'm usually top scorer and the whole 9. It's very hard to counter it. Obviously tanks counter, but also fairies are air units, so you'll easily micro them away. I say they even take down frostworms, they take down fiends, they take down pretty much freaking anything. You know, typical ally, no scout, but let's rush. Let's rush to die, guys. Not saying rushing's bad. I mean, check out my other RT videos. A couple of them we did do some epic rushes. I had a nice tower rush with Shadowhunter and wards. I think that was maybe episode 3 or episode 4, maybe even episode 5. But here's episode 10. Welcome. Looks like I have a scout or something. No talking means fucking shut up. Yeah, just tech. You're on the outside, just tech.
Your building is complete.
Good. You don't have to rush, but why are you straight teching? Anyways, typical. If you're not familiar with 4 vs 4 random team, doesn't matter what server you're on, honestly. I mean, you get these players. Played on North End for quite a while. I play on East for a long time. I gotta say, you know, typically your allies are either team killing you, they're causing problems. They're either throwing all their workers into a high level creep camp just to die and uproot their tree, or whatever the case. It usually doesn't work out too well. I don't know what I'm doing here. I am uprooting. I think obviously I'm going Tavern Hero.
All parts accounted for.
All parts accounted for. Go Tinker. In my 4 vs 4 RT, I don't like to take off Fog of War. I like to show you my perspective. I don't really give a crap what others are doing, and I don't want it to make it look like I'm hacking. I mean, there's a number of people that cry hack every time I play anyways. Why do I, you know, I don't know. So I got one ally creeping. Looks like I'm gonna start creeping. And there's really no reason to commentate on 4 vs 4. There's either A, gonna be way too much to commentate, or you pretty much know what's going on from what you're seeing here. So if I'm commentating and then stopping for a while, it's because there's really not much shit to commentate on. And like I said, I'm extremely tired, not very social. So I pretty much, you know, this is self-explanatory. I don't want any damage done to my Tinker or Archer, so I have this tanking. No reason to drop another factory. And just like that, you can do this creep camp without any wisps repairing. Now you know. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. I might throw this Ancient of War this way, but by the time that happens, I don't know why he's clicking my building. Oh, he's crying because I'm straight teching. Yeah. And you told me not to. And I got towers and you don't. Well, we're both straight teching, so if they rush right now, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar shit ain't gonna be very pleasant. So while that's going all the way up there, I'm using my tinker and taking down this camp. Go Tinker. Tinker for the win. Alright, this motherfucker's taking a while, so by the time I get over there, it'll be perfect timing. I have a number of buildings. I just need walls. So, got one ally. I'm gonna take this camp over and probably expand. I don't see any militia, which is really weird. That's a Huge Knockers is his name. Awesome. The nerd in me just outraged right there. Enjoy. Outraged and joy. That's an oxymoron. My other ally. It looks like no one's expanding, so I'm gonna maybe be the first to try to expand. See, that was bad right there. So I had to put my tinker in harm's way just to. That was a bad spot for that thing. I hope it doesn't get taken down, but if it does, oh well. Game already happened. Oh well. Cry. Alright. So now that the proper unit's being tanked, Goblin's doing. I don't know why. Probably because the Goblin thing came out and Clockwork Goblin came on. And Archer right next to that Clockwork Goblin, and that unit is going to cast that lightning shield on. Alright. So it looks like me. So the outsides are being right now expanded on. I think right now I'm thinking, so what am I going to do? Well, maybe I figured it out. Another Ancient of Wind, and this, which is required for Fairy Dragons. So I think I was pretty much figuring out, what do I do now? What units am I going? Am I going Dry Bears? Am I going Hippogriff Chimeras? What am I doing? But it looks like I picked my strat. There's an Archmage. Not sure if that was a scout, mirror image, if they're looking to rush and was caught out of place and found. Looks like the mass tank guy, or maybe, let's see what he's doing here. He's speed building Arcane Sanctum. I'm starting to suggest, in my head, he should be going Invisible Morts or something like that. Scouting away, I am getting up this expansion. So yeah, sorceresses heavily, and then invisibility, and then it looks like perhaps morts. Because now that sounds about right. His strategy would be about right. It's all making sense now, eh? Alright, so I got fairies trying to pop out. They're relatively cheap, especially if I get that expansion up, they will mass and fast. Just trying to gain levels. I probably won't hit level 4 on this, but you never know. Especially if Orange comes in here and tries to take some of my experience away. Oh, looks like I can help you! Like I freaking need help. Level 3 Tinker can creep out anything on this map. But yeah, you can soak up some of my experience. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep that Archer right fucking there and hurt you as much as possible. He moved. And if you don't know, like things like that lightning shield and stuff, if you throw your salve and stuff right there, your scroll of regeneration, it's not going to disrupt the healing. Same thing if you detonate a wisp on my Tinker right there, it's not going to disrupt the healing. So there's really no benefits unless you actually hit the unit or like use a different type of magic like Chain Lightning or Stormbolt or some shit like that. That way you can disrupt it, but just simply Lightning Shield does not disrupt. If you didn't know. Because now you know. So he's going Morts. It looks like they're coming in right here. I need to take these items and back the Fudgicle out
Our warriors have
and
engaged
see
the
what
enemy.
happens here, because I should be able to do a
Our
lot of
allies'
stuff
town
here.
needs help.
So I
Your building is complete.
might sell something at the shop. So sold something. Am I gonna get boots of speed? Potion of embalm? Nothing like that. I'm like, okay, so we gotta take down these low hit point units.
Our allies' town needs help.
I dropped another factory. I should be microing, but I am being a little gung-ho, like I said. He is focusing down the wrong thing. My tinker is low on health, but I'm gung-ho. Cocky little shit that I am, knowing the exact moment to get out of there. And not to mention, tinker is fast. I'm probably teching the upgrade thing.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Robo some shit. I should be getting that archer out of there. But I'm just sending these clockwork goblins, you know, just finishing off these riflemen. And he's like, what the hell? A freaking tinker's destroying me! What's going on here? Yeah, those clockwork goblins, look at that shit. Boom. They just destroy everything. Oh, come on, bro. That was my archer. Well, enough with the archers at this point, huh? Starting to get these fairy dragons. There's not a lot right there, but I mean, look at my resources. I'm surprised. Yep, I just clicked my shit and just fairy dragons. There's obviously nothing really standing in my way. They seem pretty newbie on the top, or at least that human player did. The rest of them might be expanding stuff. I'm not a map hacker, but I have that urge of I want to see everybody doing everything right now. I want to know where everything is. So I am going to take out Fog of War for a second, just because of my curiosity. So they have every expansion on their side taken. So that's why they're buggering off and not messing with us. But this looks like right here, like he's going to invis-mort all of these units. That's going to be fun to watch if that's what he's doing. Yeah, Tiger Balm. Better do good, buddy. And I have my fairies out. My fairy dragons are out. And I notice what he's doing now. So I just dropped the invis-mort's fun. He is probably just going to pass right by them. There's no reason to fuck around with them. But I do see him, and I will fuck him. I will focus down what I can. Believe it or not, I will take one fairy dragon loss all day to as many units as I can, forcing a TP. I will take that. One fairy dragon, 155 gold. One TP, 350 gold. Rifleman, 205 gold. You know, I'll take that all day. Anyways, I'm massing them up. I'm probably trying to hotkey him right now because I'm probably onto my second hotkey. So let's see what he's doing here. He's not in position. He has to get in the back of the base. He does have units there, and he's waiting for him, so he should wait until he's out of there. Invisibility is still strong. It's not wearing off. I see what he's doing, and I'm trying to be prepared, but those towers are preventing me. Now that he backed off a little bit, he's able to take down the base and probably TP out. There's not much you can do there. I would TP out. Yeah, you know, that blizzard's going to do a lot of damage on you, buddy. TP out. Waited to the last possible moment. Typical noob. Alright, so I'm like, okay, screw that. I'm going to check down this way. They creeped their whole area. They expanded their whole area. This is an undead expansion. There's 2 towers up. Now, fairy dragons aren't good against that stuff. Towers, I mean, look how slow that is to take down. I mean, their damage output isn't even strong to begin with. And especially if Fiends took them down right now. I mean, right now I didn't upgrade. I did manage to take down one Nerubian tower. And now he's repairing that. I should stop hitting him. But I am making sure that my units don't go through those towers. I wonder if he's saying back to me. No. Because I'm going strong. I took down all those acolytes. Now I'm not sure what I'm doing. I think I just got level 5. Looks like Melonhead over here is going back for round 2 with the invisible morts. I'm forced to back off. The rifleman showed up. I'm not scared of the rifleman, especially now that there's no towers, so I can just, you know, yeah, I mean, he's he's confused about the pocket factory and how that's easily fucking him up. Not to mention, I have a number of fairy dragons. I have 73 food now with my fairy dragons, and I got 3 more coming over, you know, just massing up, and I got another 3 just popping out of my base. So my units are really low, but I do have level 6 on my Tinker, so that's always a thing you want to see. And I do have enough mana to do other things with them, like the Robo Goblin, the freaking most epic thing to take down buildings. I know Death and Decay or whatever else is much better taking down buildings, Blade Storm, Earthquake. Even, I think, what's the Fire Lord one? Is that Volcano? But yeah, I have tons of fairy dragons, and if they're going to continue with the rifle thing, they're not going to take them down. They need tanks, gyrocopters, shit, hippogriffs, something like that to take them down. Even fiends aren't going to be able to stand a chance against this. So I'm TPing in right here. I TP right on top of those. I'm taking down Frostworm after Frostworm right now. I don't know if you can really see what's going on, especially with all the lag, but I am focusing down Frostworms. I actually can't even move, really. So I'm taking down unit after unit. Those tanks are hectic, to say the least. Throughout all this, I know you can't really tell what's going on because, you know, I am focusing down the units that I'm trying to focus down with the fairy dragons. I'm trying to take down the Frostworm, and back out before I take any more damage from these tanks. I think I'm trying to back out, or I'm still trying to focus units and save them. But I have a decent number right there, and I think that is me that's TP. No, it's not me. But I do have TP just in case. I am very low on health.
An allied champion is fallen.
I am TP now.
An allied champion is fallen.
Got a couple allies. And I TP just right there, just because that's the smartest thing to do. Why would I leave? My Tinker's forced to retreat. I'm pretty sure the Tinker does extra damage versus tanks. Quickly focusing down that Priestess. So you do see my Tinker does go down. They are going into Hippogriffs. I know I got to take down that Hippogriff before that starts doing a lot of damage to me. Now they really can't do much. Chim venturing a little too close. Now I have a lot of gold, and I have 70 food still. I just revived my Tinker from the tavern. So I'm probably going to go back here, make sure they can't do much. They have a lot of units, and I don't think my Fairy Dragons is going to be enough to take down all these tanks and shit, so I'm going to need some help from my allies, you know? I can't do everything on my own. While Melonhead up here is just invisible, and, you know, actually he's not even doing shit. He's just keeping that same old strategy. But, yeah, oh wait, I'm an idiot. Those tanks are my allies. I was wondering why my shit isn't all dead. That was kind of stupid of me. Another Chim gonna be taken down. So I have a hell of a lot of experience going down. They don't even know how to respond to my mass fairy mayhem going down. I am now in high upkeep with my fairy dragons, and I still have I forced the keeper to retreat. Let me see where my fairies are. I have 1/1 upgrades on my fairies. Going strong. Pretty much, if you saw this army coming after you after what army was just taken down by these fairy dragons, you know, pretty much fairy dragons and tanks just won that. You know, pretty much fairy dragons and tanks. I mean, that's a lot. When these units are attacking all at once, it's a beast. Not all units, though. I mean, I can't really take down buildings very fast if I was going after a main or something. Main with upgrades and shit. But we are meeting up. We have tanks. I want those tanks to move forward, but, you know, typical shit going on. Take down unit after unit after unit. Level 8 Tinker. Could easily focus down that keeper, and I might just do so. Like, you need to go down, buddy. Taking down. Going after the priestess. Anything that can take down my units right now need to go down now. They are TP'ing in, so I am backing out. It is a bunch of knights and stuff, but there is 1, 2 tanks. 3 tanks that can do a shitload of damage to my units. Red's tanks are coming in handy. Now my Robo Tinker is back out, and I need to take down those knights. I take down those knights. The tanks take down the buildings. So we got gargoyles and hippogriffs coming after my unit, so I gotta back them up. So I back off. He's bringing all these units that are not being used over here, which is good. So because those tanks can generally take down those problems, especially when you had enough mana. So I don't know what's going on. And those tanks are going to do a great deal of damage to those gargoyles. Those gargoyles don't even stand a chance against those tanks right there. I mean, that's just retarded. That's just free experience. So they are trying to take down those tanks, but they can't really do much because they invested in AA because of my Masked Fairies being the problem. And what happens when Masked Fairies is a problem? Gargoyles and shit like that becomes your go-to thing. And when that is your go-to thing, those tanks are going to tear you apart. So the counter to the counter to the counter, we are doing pretty good. Orange, I think, is still doing this mass mort takedown base thing, and it's working out well. They are now leaving. So I'm like, okay, I got a pretty big army, 87 food with fairies, and I noticed that he started this shit again. So let's just take that shit down. Even if red is forced to back off here, we have 2 down, 2 bases down, in fact 3 main bases down. I mean, they might have a couple of main bases left, and they might have, they'll have 1 main base left actually, and a bunch of expansions. But, this guy, tanks, fairy dragons, and mortar. Thanks, got it. You didn't know what to go. If this guy thinks fairy dragons is actually a good idea, and I mean, if you know how to use it like how I'm using it, then of course, you know, you can do very well with this. Even I said right there, no one goes fairy. You know, like that was a bad idea. Don't even think about going that, unless you know what you're doing. Unless you know, you can play it off pretty well.
Research finished.
But yeah, 89 food, fairies, always a good thing. Yeah, there's one thing about morts though, you can't hit a unit unless it's still. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me see if I even got a hero kill. Oh yeah, I did. What am I thinking? I got 4 hero kills. Had fun, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to post more up tomorrow, about the same amount. I had 3 today, 3 tomorrow, and we will see if I have any more the next day. Thanks for watching.